What's up, YouTube? I know it's been a long time and I'm back. I know it's been a while since I dropped a video. You know, life's been crazy, work's been crazy, and these bills still gotta get paid. So yeah, I did stop for a minute, but I'm back and I'm better. So today you're just getting me, pure FaceTime. Love it, enjoy it. I was invited out to ComplexCon 2025 this year. It was in Vegas, it was lit. Yeah, the whole conference was beautiful. Complex did an amazing job, from culture to fashion, streetwear, accessories, music, food. It was amazing. There was so much to do, so much to see. Your top streamers were there, your top artists were there. Everybody was walking around trying to see like, oh, what's the next hot thing that's coming out? Looking at people's fashions, what are people wearing now? If you're in the content creating space, you definitely needed to be there. It was very inspiring, and that's why I'm here making this video. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about day one. Day one was a little hectic for your girl because, you know, I woke up, got dressed, went to the airport. After the airport, landed in Vegas, dropped my stuff off, went straight into convention. Good thing I had VIP access because I didn't have to wait in a line. So we got in and we were like right in the middle of everything. So once you get in there, it's like booth after booth after booth. I'll drop some videos here of me walking through. A lot of the stuff was interactive, so it was really cool to see. Once you get into there, it's like you're immersed in their own experience that they wanted to create. So you can see kind of like the creative thought process behind a lot of the brands there. And so also with the brands, there's also, you know, a few alcohol companies that were there. One that stood out to me was Snoop Dogg's Gin and Juice. That was really cool. He had a whole lowrider in there. You got to do your little like little boomerang in the lowriders, and they did a happy hour, so they were giving away free drinks, which was really cool. It was actually really good. I recommend the little Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg, 10 out of 10. One of my favorite booths to stop by was the Body by Raven. You know, I always wanted one of the cute little two pieces, and I ended up getting one. I'm actually wearing it right now. I don't know if you can see it. It definitely gives body, okay? Okay, the tag's still on it because, you know, I just wanted to, this is my first time trying it on. And so I was like, I don't know if it's gonna fit. I did get a small, and it's really tight, but yeah, I like it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna take the tag off, okay? Don't get on me. Also, what happened day one was the VERZUZ, and that was fire. So as you know, it was Cash Money and No Limit Records. They did their thing up there, bar for bar, hit after hit. Everyone being up there, it was very nostalgic. I'm sure, you know, my OGs loved it. You can tell they did by how they're acting in the audience. It was really cool. And then you know, at the end, you know, they brought out Snoop Dogg, and it was just all love. They had a really good time up there. Oh yeah, Birdman was up there. You know, he was the first rapper with diamonds in his mouth and da 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 da. So it was really entertaining to see. It was really cool. Also, day one, they brought out Clipse. And you know, when I first heard Clipse, I'm like, okay, Pusha T, and you know, I think it's his brother. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I was like, I don't think I know that many Clipse songs. But then when they went on, I was like, oh shit, I know a lot of Clipse songs. So that was really fun to watch. Very nostalgic for me. You know, I didn't go to Peso Paluma, but I know he's a great Latin artist. I should have stayed, but my feet were tired. I was done for. It's a lot of walking for a very long time. And there's no like seats in the whole convention. You're standing the whole time unless you're going in the food area and you're eating. Then they have a few benches out there. But other than that, you're standing this whole time. And then I didn't stay for Yeet and Friends because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a Yeet fan. But I heard he brought out Don Toliver and Sexy Red, and I'm so mad we didn't stay for that because I know that was lit. They brought the energy from the clips I seen online. I missed out. Let's talk about day two. Day two was way better than day one. That was Sunday. I do think it was probably like less people there, so that's why I think it wasn't as crowded. And then also with day two, I was more prepared. Like I was able to sleep in. We got breakfast in the morning, and then I was able to like pack like water, snacks, so I wasn't like waiting in lines at ComplexCon for like those basic things. Right off the back, it was less people, so we were able to like see more things. Like we were petting goats, we were kind of more in the experiences of each booth. And so then we were able to sit in on an academics and DDG kind of like fireside chat, which was really cool. And he had the whole chat behind him, like kind of interacting with their conversation. It kind of changed my perspective of DDG and Akala. They were able to kind of like go into kind of how DDG like first started and like where he's at now with his music and his content. So that was really cool to experience, kind of inspiring. And then also seeing academics kind of interact with the crowd. Usually, you know, I just know him for being messy. So, you know, he was still messy, but it was like, okay, he really is like a part of this kind of content hip hop culture. He's always going to be one of the first people to talk about something hot or what an artist is doing. So that kind of like changed my kind of view on academics for sure. But that was really cool to sit in on. And then after that, we went back down into kind of like the booth areas, and we were able to kind of go over to like the Chase area, get some free food vouchers. The food part was called Family Feast or Family Style, and that was really good. They had burgers, Asian food, boba, desserts, tacos, anything your heart kind of desires was there. And yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Of course, it's festival food, so it was like $15 for little small portions. But you know, when you're hungry walking around a convention, you're gonna eat whatever's available. And then getting into the performances for day 2, they had Ken Carson. Ken Carson went on. To Hollis, and then also during the Central Cee performance, he has this part when he's on playing his song FYP. He's like on FaceTime with someone. So his production crew, they actually had a phone on FaceTime with him. And they were going in front of the audience, and since we had VIP, we were in the front, which was really cool. And so once it got to me, she stayed on me for a cool minute. I was like, FYP love, what? Going up for Central Cee. That was really cool. I've always liked Central Cee. I don't really care for British rap too much, but for him, he really, I like his music. He does what he needs to do. And he collabs with a lot of American hip hop artists. So I really enjoyed the Central Cee performance. That was really cool. I'll insert the clip. It was cool to see Young Thug kind of back into like, you know, music since he's been locked up. I was wondering how that was gonna be. With our VIP access, we were able to go backstage, and that was really cool to go backstage, because it's like the artists had to walk through that section with their managers, their entourage, with whoever they were working with to kind of get on the stage. So we were able to see as people were coming in. And then as you know, you're backstage, there's a bar back there, there's couches. We saw artists like Big Boy and like some up and coming emerging artists. You know, you don't know who you're gonna meet, so it's always good to put yourself in those spaces just to kind of, you know, see where it could go. Maybe one day they'll be on this YouTube channel. So fingers crossed for me. He brought out Quavo and Ty Dolla $ign, so that was really cool to see as well. I just want to highlight ComplexCon this year was more than just the concerts, but it was really an intersection between like fashion, sneakers, culture. It all came together to just like really highlight, you know, what's going on in pop culture right now. You know, streaming is really big. People are making more money streaming on Twitch than on YouTube, than on, you know, they're releasing music and they're up and coming. So that was interesting to see. And then they even talked about like the future of it. Like, are we gonna have AI streamers one day? Which would be crazy, but it's probably already a thing if it's not happening. So those are just some things that ComplexCon kind of like starts having you think about, like, where is this going and how can either you be a part of it, or how is it gonna still speak to audiences in the future? We were able to go to the after party at Live, and Larry June was performing. Uncle Larry is always a vibe, and he did his thing. I'll insert a clip here. Yeah, I was really grateful for this experience, and I had a blast. And that was my recap of ComplexCon. If you went to ComplexCon, drop, you know, a comment below, share your opinion on it. This was my first one, so I don't know if the previous years were better, and I know this is the first time in Vegas. So it was a lot going on. Yeah, so let me know. Thank you for vibing with me, and love you always.